Uh, Give me a moment. My fucking shit just fucking blew up. Sorry, my internet ate complete shit. Um, there we go. Yeah. Stream crashed. Yeah, 100% it did. I apologize for that. Um, Sorry. So what was I saying? Right. I was talking about how much I don't like Goretober. Like, obviously, no hate to people who do it, but personally, I just find the demonizing and the like horrorification of like, like real things that can help people and like real issues that people live with is fine. Don't worry about it. Totally, right? Thank you. Um, but like, you know, it's just frustrating because it's like, I don't know. It's just frustrating because I've been like, I don't know. It's frustrating as a chronically ill person to be online with so many people who think like blood is inherently like scary. It's like no, it's not. Blood is like life. Like that's life shit, man. Like that's like blood is what keeps us alive. Like let's not demonize blood. Like let's not make blood seem scary because it's not. You know? It's not scary. It's not a scary thing. It's never scary to, it's not scary to bleed. It can be scary, but blood itself should not be scary. Like, I don't know. And it just feels insensitive to me sometimes. Um, just because, like, I don't know. As a chronically ill person, I don't really appreciate some people's attitude towards Gortober. Let's not demonize something that is literally helpful or needed. Exactly, I agree. And like, and I don't know, it's just like, it's frustrating as like a chronically ill person to see these people like constantly be like, "Oh, but the whole point is that it's scary and unsettling." And it's like some things are actually scary, but don't make a joke out of it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is like like there's something interesting. Like yeah, there's something to be said if you're like a horror nut. If you love like horror as a genre and you want to make horror yourself, there's a good way to do that. And you can make medical horror, but in my opinion, it can be very, um, you know, like insensitive sometimes because, like, I don't know, some people don't get some people don't get to go through life without experiencing these things that you're making seem so scary. Without experiencing these things. Like I experienced brain surgery at a very young age. Um, you don't a lot of people don't get to go through life without like I'm chronically ill. I didn't get to experience my childhood in a way that was normal. Like it that's fine. That's normal. That is okay. It's just I don't know. It's mainly the attitude that a lot of teens and like not even teens, but a lot of like artists online, like obviously sometimes teens are like take part in these challenges, but the reason I say teens was because all of these people were teens, and like that's why it makes me think of it. Only like horror franchises like FNAF, Poppy Playtime, Benny and Ink Machine because of the lore, not necessarily because of the scary factor or the horror. I just like the whole lore. That's just a theory, a game theory. Exactly, right? And like, it's just like, thanks for watching. I think I fucked that one up, but that's okay. Um, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And like, there's so many other ways, in my opinion, to show something being scary than to just like cover it with blood. You know? Like, there's so many other ways that you can be spooky. Like, be creative. Show me like some spooky shit that's like not like gory. Maybe I just don't like gore. And also like, I don't know, I find it insensitive a good chunk of the time. Cuz like this is something real people struggle with. But also like there are so many more interesting ways to make shit scary without using like bodily like fluids like blood. There are so many other ways to make shit scary. Like one of my favorite like games of all time that I find personally very scary. Yeah, like making it something spooky but you can't even see it. Exactly. Like one of my personal favorite games that I think about a lot is LSD Dream Emulator. Um it's like a basically it's like a drug dream emulation game. I've never been on LSD nor do I ever plan to. But it's basically like a it's basically like a game that's meant to simulate like what it's like to be on LSD. If someone can make you scared of something that you can't see, I agree that would be interesting. And like yeah, and like one of my favorite games is LSD Dream Emulator, and in my opinion that game is fucking terrifying. Not because it's very gory, but because it's like so unsettling and so like insanely like it feels like you're on acid, and that's the whole point is that you're on it the like the person playing is meant to be on LSD. And that's like, I don't know, I just think that's a creative way to tell a story. I think that's a creative way to tell a horror story is to use like something other than just blood to be scary. Cause like, you know, I just think it's interesting. Like and especially like what you said with making people scared of something that you can't see, like that is a really good idea. Like I wish more people would do stuff like that. Like for example, like I think like it'd be really cool like those analog horror videos where there's no lore, just distorted images and audio. Exactly, right? Like and like I don't know, it's just like there's so many interesting ways that's creepier than blood in my opinion. I agree. And like photo bashing can be so creepy, dude. Like photo bashing, if you don't know what photo bashing is, it's basically like you know, bashing a bunch of photos together to make a new photo. Um and it that's like very layman's terms, but you know. Um and in my opinion, that is one of the scariest things ever because it's such an uncanny it's usually such an uncanny like image that comes out. And, you know, I find that way more creepy than like blood or guts or whatever gory thing people can think of. Because it's like, I don't know, I just let me like come become like be creative with your horror, you know, like be creative with like the terror that you incite on people. Yeah, I wanted to get that feeling of being afraid of something that you can't even see in the show in my show Void Heart. That's so fair. like like you know, like I don't know, like I definitely like I that's an awesome thing to like touch on is like to be scared of something that you can't see. In my opinion, that's one of the best things to touch on in like media because like I don't know, like something I'm trying to touch on with Moon of Ronos in particular like is like how scary like, you know, like uh like obviously I'm not trying to demonize drugs. There's a difference between showing the scary effects of something and demonizing it. And drugs can honestly in my opinion help a lot of people. But um a good chunk of like what I do in what I have for villains in Moon of Ronos are like creatures that literally use your mind against you. Instead of being like, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to kill you." They're just like, "No, I'm going to use your brain against you." There's a master AI called the motherboard, and she eventually starts to want to experience consciousness. And I was going to make it every time that the motherboard is talking, the camera never sees her. I love that. You know, like that is like the vibe, you know, like you're like she's an unseen villain, and I love that. You know, like characters in the shot of the camera can see her, but the viewers cannot see what she looks like at all. They all they see is a blue glow every time she talks. I love that. Seeing like that's like creative. That's like interesting, you know? Like something that I think is like I've definitely gone like personally, I've definitely gone a very eldritch horror route with the villains in like Moon of Ronos, for example. But like cosmic eldritch horror. But like I don't ever really go like bloody with it. I'm just like, yeah, they're not human and they never will be. And that's kind of the whole point is they're not organic life, but they're imitating it. Um, and like there's a whole plot point. And that's really cool. The enemies in your show use the characters' minds against them. Exactly. And that's like the thing is like, like and like I don't know, I just think there's more creative ways to make something scary than to have blood and guts. Yeah, because your worst enemy will always be yourself. I agree. And like one of the things that I have like one of the main villains in Moon of Ronos do is she like her name is Anta and she's like she's not human nor will she ever be. They're not human. And yeah, more interesting of they're not human and never will be. And she's like, and it's actually a plot point in the show that Anta views her son, who's technically not her son, but it's her son in title, as a lame excuse, like a really bad excuse for a human because he's a reanimated corpse of a human that has since died and was killed. So she views him as like a really poor excuse for a human, and a poor imitation of organic life, when in fact she is. He's actually just organic life recycled. She is not organic at all. She is cosmic. She is cosmic, and she will never be human the way that her son is. And she resents him for that. She's like she's a godly deity. She's a godly entity. She doesn't know what it means to be human. She doesn't know what it constitutes to be human. Well, that's really good character backstory. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, like I don't know. I really like writing like horrifying villains that aren't just like, "Oh, I'm going to like kill you and shit." Like that there are more horrifying ways to make characters creepy than just making them like a blood fest. And I think the motherboard is another really good example of that you've come up with is like, like never showing her on screen. Nobody can see what she looks like, but they're afraid of her. And that's an interesting concept other than like it rather than just like, oh yeah, they're like, you know, people are afraid of her and she looks like this. Like it just like you can have characters that appear on screen that can still be scary and amorphous. But in my opinion, the way you're going about it with the motherboard, I think is a really good way to do it because it's almost like Am from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, but like in like a more like subtle way because Am's always on screen, like Am is shown on screen. He's that big tower, but the motherboard is not shown on screen ever. It leaves the readers guessing. It leaves the viewers guessing. And I think that's a really interesting way to go about it. Like that's a really good way to go about it in my opinion. Because like people will always fear, like, and this is a big thing, is people will always fear what they don't know and what they can't see. Because there are actually three main villains in Voidheart, and she actually is inspired by Amp. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, and like what I'm picturing is like like people are going to be afraid of her when you make Voidheart into a show, um, because she's never shown on screen. And you know what humans fear the most? Things we don't know, things we can't see, things like the dark that obscures our vision because we can't see. We can't see, we don't know what's around us. So if we can't see one of the main villains, that's gonna like give like actual like unsettling, like there's gonna be actually unsettling, like you're gonna achieve some actually unsettling vibes with her because people like humans, we're hardwired to be afraid of things we don't know. A lot of the time, at least. And it's like, it's it's scary not knowing, and like especially not knowing what one of the main villains looks like, especially if you're not privy, if you're the only one not privy to that. She's the leader CEO of the Warder, which is making all of the experiments. Shade, which is one of the most psychological crazy person, and the motherboard. There's the leader CEO of the Order, which is making all the experiments. Shade, which is one of the most psychological crazy person, and the motherboard, the AI that yearns for consciousness. Shade, by the way, is one of the experiments. Okay, I like that. I like that. That's really cool. And like that's kind of the thing is like I don't know, I just think that I just think that there's like like some really good ways they all have aligned goals so they decided to join forces. That's super fair. I totally get that. Like that is that's an understandable thing if they align with the goals but not necessarily in hell not even they don't even have to rely on this isn't one thing that I really like I talk to a lot of people about this and nobody I feel like nobody hears me when I say it. But like I don't know, I feel like villains need to start like need to be like horrifying again. And I don't just mean like they're all like I'm going to kill you, I'm going to murk you and shit, bro. It's like no, that's in my opinion that can be horrifying, but a good chunk of the time that's just edgy. Part of the reason like Am from I Have No Mouth and I'm a Scream is so horrifying is because he keeps the humans alive. He doesn't kill them. The whole point is that they're suffering forever. He's like, I will make you suffer forever. And Shade originally hated the CEO, but eventually they joined forces to take down the main character and his team. That's really cool. I like that. And that's kind of the thing, right? Is like I don't know. I'm trying to like I've always just found like cosmic or like eldritch or like, non-gory horror more interesting than like gore-filled like, oh no, dude, his face is ripped off. Like, I don't know. I personally have always found like horror where it's like, like, oh no, we're all going to die or like, I don't know how to fucking describe it. Like it's like horror where it feels where you don't just see the imminent doom happening to the characters, you feel it. You don't just like you don't see it. You know it's there, but you don't see it. And I think that's one of the most masterful like things to do in writing. I have thalassophobia. Oh my god, felt that. Oh my god, me too. That's fear of the ocean, right? Yeah, anything in games or videos that have deep water, I'm deathly afraid of. Yeah, like that's kind of the thing is like, it's like I don't know. Also, like I feel like don't not enough people use like I feel like not enough people use like phobias in like writing villains, Like not enough people use like interesting like phobias. Like cuz you can go with like blood is a bad sign or whatever all you want. And don't get me wrong, it's a perfectly valid way to go about writing a villain or writing a conflict. But in my opinion, it's all the more interesting when you can write a conflict that is more about. All right, I gotta go for a second, but I'll come back as quick as I can. Okay, you bet. Let's see, where is my. I'll be back. Okay, bet. You bet. Let's see. So there's this. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. But ironically, pretty good exposure therapy for me to be up here alone at night. For anybody who might be listening in, I am currently up in my living room at night and all the windows are dark and it's actually pretty good. I have really bad paranoia, so it's actually pretty good exposure therapy. We love it. We love the exposure therapy. Even if it makes me feel like there's somebody outside watching me. But there's not. I'm just a paranoid little guy. I'm just a little scared boy. That's okay though. Let's see. Yeah, now we need this. Okay, so Tori's lines are almost done, bro. Okay. So, I don't know. I might make a video about like my feelings about villains. Holy shit. It's like I got a lot to fucking say about writing like interesting villains that don't just rely on like blood and you know you know like gore and shit to be scary. 'Cause I don't know, there's so many other ways to be scary than that. Like I could freak people out just with like my fucking eyes, I guess. I don't know. There's so many ways to freak people out. Especially uncanny shit. I love uncanny shit because it's so fucking weird. It's uncanny, and that's the whole appeal. Ooh, fellas. Ooh, fellas. Okay, that's fine. Just means I gotta correct my posture. I can feel my back hurting a little bit. That's fine. Actually, why am I coloring it in? Why am I taking time to color the black in? I don't need to. Yeah, actually, that is way too thick for that mouth. Timmy Turner! You know, is that what that guy says? Is he from the Fairly Odd Parents? I don't think he is. No, maybe he is. I think he is, actually. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. So let's see. Okay, there's that. What does he say in that then? I think he is from Fairly Odd Parents, but I can't remember what he says. Damn you, Turner, or something like that. Something like that. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. I give up. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So I feel like with this, yeah, okay, perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna actually have this relax a little bit more. But that might look like shit. You know what? It's fine. It's fine if it looks like shit. It's fine if it looks like shit. I can always change it later. If it's relaxing, it should be more like that. Um. Okay, so okay, and with that, we almost have the entirety of Satori finished. Well, not the entirety, but the entirety of the line art at least. Um, Holy fuck, that only took me like, what, 5 hours? Jesus. That's not the fucking tool. Give me this tool. Okay, so I'm feeling like, yeah, that needs to be there. Oh god. Let's see. So, okay, perfect. It does change a little bit, but I can always fix that. Okay. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of that. Okay. Now, Satori, rough animation be gone, so I can see how this looks. Yeah, I do like that. Okay. There. Yeah, okay. I did forget one part of the lines, though. No wonder it looks weird at this point. There we go. Actually, can I have that more like this? Actually, get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. So let's see how that looks. Okay, perfect. So Satori's lines are done. Now I'm just gonna have to go through and add the colors. So I'm gonna call this Satori lines. I'm not gonna do it in the same thing. Satori lines. Then I'm gonna make a new one, call it Satori color. Actually, can I have this all? Edit track, copy. Edit track, paste. Oh my goodness. One sec. My legs fucking hurt. Okay. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to. So there's that. Okay, so we need it below this. We need to call it Satori colors. Then I need their skin tone, which is the easiest to find off of this. Okay, there we go. I'll grab this. And then I'm going to just blot in all the colors. right? Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, hang on. I fucked up. Hang on. I fucked it up. So, this looks awesome. Oh, thank you, Ollie. Hello. Hello, thank you. I'm happy you like it. Thank you. Let's see, then we need this. Taking on a new oath of actually finishing projects I've started. Let's see, I need this, this, DN. Hello, Ollie, welcome. Let's see, there we go, perfect. Now I just need to make a few more. Why is that not filling in? That's fine. Okay. Okay. And then 13 is where it needs another one. Oh, and of course I messed it up a little bit. That's fine though. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to and then I need 14. Oh God, no, I didn't want to spin. I don't want to spin the canvas. I don't want to spin the canvas. Don't make me spin the canvas. Ah. Curses my incomplete line art. My incomplete. That is not the tool I wanted. Oh, wait. I fucked it up. It's fine. Oh, what the hell? Aw, thank you. Dude, I don't know how you animate so well. It's always so smooth and pretty. I can't wait to see how this one turns out. Oh my God, thank you so much, Ollie. That means a lot. Thank you so much. And then finally, wait, what? Oh, I understand. I accidentally made it on the right or the wrong one. I have a chronic canvas. I'm a chronic canvas spinner. Canvas go round and round. That's so real. You know, I would be too if I wasn't on a computer because it's harder to spin the canvas on like computer. At least for me, I can't because I have to go over here to spin it, and I'm like, and I'm like, I can't. I can do it for transforming or like looking around the canvas, but I cannot do it for spinning it. Makes me motion sick. Let's see. No, I need a little bit more of a. Yeah, does that work? Yes, it does. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, that works. That works for me. How did that not? Okay, that's fine. Let's see. So I'm gonna. And do we have anything else to clean up? Doesn't look like it on Satori. At least not right now. Oops, I'm not on the right color. I was on the nothing color. And actually it would make more sense if it was like this. So just given they also have hair on that side. Okay, so hello. I have to go to class, but good luck with the animation. If you're still live after my classes, I'll be back. Okay. See you, dude. Also, hello, XVS. Welcome back. Let's see. Okay, I just gotta move where I'm sitting. Okay. Hang on. I see an issue. Yeah, see you, Ollie. Let's see. So, ooh, animation is looking good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy you think so. It's definitely not the smoothest I could have made it, but you know what? It works. Let's see. Okay. I need to alpha lock all of these so that I can just have this. And then I want to oh, hang on. I forgot to close off one of my there we go. Okay. I don't know why I'm starting from 19, but you know what, it's fine. Okay. So I'm gonna go here. And I'm gonna here and here and here. Also, what were you saying about making a villain scary and good at the same time again? Because I wanted Shade to be that type of villain, and it would be nice to have an outsider's perspective. So you know, it's I don't know. I think you could really make like it an interesting character if you like kind of lean into how do I word this even? You know, like here one second. Like, what would you be interested in seeing in a villain? Definitely like something like, you know, like how do I word it? Like, you know, something interesting to me would be like personally I'd find like the use of how do I even word it? I would say like personally I'd find it really interesting if you went like a kind of like how do I oh, it's probably super late for you right now, though. Yeah, it's currently 5 a.m. for me, so it's actually pretty early. But or wait, no, that sounds weird. If you want to end stream, that's okay. Yeah, that's fair. I am going to finish the coloring of this first, though, and then I'll probably end stream and head to bed because it's currently about 5 a.m. Oh man, I really wanted to finish this on stream. That's fine though. I knew I wasn't gonna. That's okay. Let's see. I need that and that and that. Oh my goodness. You know what? I hate to say it, but maybe I should end stream. You know what? This has been super fun. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to you XVS. Thank you to Kamish. Thank you to Ollie for joining. Thank you to Vac for joining. Thank you guys. Thank you to everybody for joining. I'm going the fuck to sleep. Night.